Mic check, mic check. More Masters Podcast, host main, of course. Before I start the episode, I want to say a shout out to my supporters again. I always say that every time I'm doing one. If I get to say it, please let me know. Without support, you're kind of nowhere. So shout out to all my supporters. Speaking of supporting, shout out to my boy Reggie, came from nothing. He posted this jacket. It was a minute ago. I actually had COVID at the time. He posted this jacket, and I was sick, but the jacket was so sick I had to get it. So I just sent him the money right then and there. Shout out to Slim for going to pick it up for me. I don't know how people got the jacket. I don't know, but I like it. It feels good. It's a little chilly outside, so about the perfect time to start bringing out your hoodies and your jackets. So if you got a More Than Masters hoodie, please wear it. I'm gonna say if you got anybody hoodie, please wear it. You know what I'm saying? For all people, you know what I'm saying? Support everybody who's out here, selling merch and things like that. If you support the brand, but if you support More Than Masters, please, 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 rock your More Than Masters hoodie. Tag me. I'll try to repost it if I can. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So. And if you can't, never mind. So yeah, Morning Masters Podcast, man. This is another Thinking Out Loud. People are liking these, so I've been getting requested to do them. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna do it every week because I'm probably not. I'm probably gonna be busy sometime, but when I'm not busy, I don't mind to do it. Thinking out loud, honestly, to me, is just like I do that when I'm driving. So I might drive with the music off, and I'm just thinking out loud. I might have the music on and not be thinking about the music at all, and just drive and think about stuff, and kind of just like analyzing life, whether it's my day, a week, some mistakes I made years ago, all that stuff. I try to analyze. I analyze a lot. I don't think I overanalyze, but I definitely analyze a lot of aspects of my life, whether it's just involving me, somebody that did something to me, somebody that didn't do something to me, something that I did something to somebody. Like, I analyze a lot. So this thinking out loud is more so I want to think anybody that was part of my life that was older than me. So this is for like the older crowd that knows me. And I'm talking about from being 8 years old, hanging with people that's in middle school, to, being in middle school, hanging with high schoolers, or people that's just out of high school, that's just grown men. Everybody, talking about when I was 18, I'm talking to people that's 30, 35, 40, or when I'm 20 something, I'm talking to old heads that's 40. Regardless, if you about 10, 15, 12, I'm talking to you. 5 years older than me, I'm talking to you. If you're my elder, I'm talking to you. I want to thank every single person that was older than me, that came to me in my life and got acquainted with me, taught me things. It's like this, right? When I hung with older people, and you analyze now, you're not knowing this when you're younger. So I didn't go around when I was 8 hanging with the middle school kids because they was older than me. They actually took a liking to me, and they brought me in. And that was like a theme throughout my life, to be brought in with older people. I don't know what it was. It's just, it just happened. Even as being older, talking to older women, like, it's just, I don't know. It's something about a level of maturity that I'm expecting, or that they have, or something that somebody has, that it gravitates me towards that. That's just how I think of it. I don't know. I could be wrong. This is me analyzing. So this is my analyzation. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody that's in professional field might say something totally different. I don't know. I never sought after professional help or nothing like that yet in life. But to those who have, let me know how it is, and shout out to you. I plan to at some point if I ever really feel like I need it. But I want to say thank you to everybody, because they didn't have to do what they did. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody that was older than me, whether they was mature or wasn't mature. Sometimes, like I said, people get older but don't mature, or they don't grow up. People can get older and not grow up. People can be young and be very grown. So I'm never judging. I just take what I'm given. I play the hands I'm dealt. That's my life been all the time. All through my life, whether it was adversity, whether it was good things, bad things, I played the hand I was dealt. I never bent, folded, told, nothing. I never did none of that stuff to nobody. Like, I've always been super solid for the most part. But I have to thank them, because a lot of times when I'm going through life, or I think about where I'm at in life today, a lot of it is because of those people. And it's not one, two particulars. Everybody is a collective. It's a collective of the older crowd I hung with that I have to thank. Reason being, the same reason that I might be succeeding in life, it's not just all positive stuff. So I might have an older person that I know. I'll take Q, for example, right? He went out on a limb, did his own thing, got his own business now, doing his own thing, seems very more comfortable and happy with life. His income is probably more than it was before. He really got uncomfortable. That's the theme I'm going with now. But he really had got uncomfortable, and now he's comfortable. And he's about to get uncomfortable again and get comfortable. Like, I can respect that. But him being older than me, him talking to me, him giving me an insight on his life, or just life in general at a certain age or a certain time span in life that I might have been a kid, so I didn't understand the stuff that was going on, but he might understand it. Like, you get a different kind of perspective, rather. You get a different kind of perspective of life when somebody who's been through things are telling you, like, hey, I did this. And he's never told me, like, hey, I did this, so don't do this. He just telling me his truth. Hey, I did this. This is what happened. You know, I did this. I made this mistake. I did that. I wish I would did that. And you analyze and you take it with a grain of salt, but you take it and you're like, all right, cool. So when I get them kind of opportunities, I might move this way. I might not, but I might move this way based upon me knowing somebody done tried it this way and kind of failed. Or I might say, I'm gonna go that way anyway, but I'm gonna do this because he didn't do this. I might can succeed doing X, Y, Z because I'm like this and he was like this. So it's like it all kind of fluctuates a little bit, right? But then also on the flip side, it's people that that's older than me that I've been around, kind of got cool with, and had we was really cool. Like, it's a relationship. You're cool. It's your friend. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, oh, no, I would never do that. And it's not that you're judging them, because it was cool for them to do it, but they might have been cool with the situation they was in as well while doing whatever. And I might not be cool with that. I might be like, I never want to be in that situation. You know what I'm saying? I never want to have to do this. I never want to have to do that. And it's not a bad thing. It's just me in my life and where I want to go. That's how I'm looking at it. But they came into my life for some reason, whether it was to show me that or to just, be whatever. I can even say this podcast I do, like, it's a lot of people that's older than me that I have to shout out a lot of times when I'm talking to people in conversation, saying this person did this person did that, whether we cool today or not, you know what I'm saying, or whether I speak to them on a regular basis or not. I had somebody call me the other day. We spoke for 20 minutes about my podcast, and me and this person, me and him have numbers. He ain't spoken about 2-3 years because he had a big case that I didn't agree with. But he called me and we spoke for like maybe 20-30 minutes, and he just was bigging me up on a podcast. And some of it was him trying to get on the podcast at some point when he come back. But at the same time, I understood that, and because of the relationship me and him had, regardless of how it was a falling out or what kind of disagreement we had, I still got that love for that person and respect for that person to take in whatever this person is giving me. Information, kudos, you know what I'm saying? If he telling me off, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have to accept that. So I want to thank anybody that's older than me, anybody that was a part of my life that touched me, that said, hey, help with any kind of guidance. Like, I might not be, because I'm a girl too. Like I said, I might mess my mind when I was 22, 24. I'm 30 now. I'm not going to have the same mindset. You know what I'm saying? And it might affect our relationship positively or negatively. But I don't feel no different way about the person. Like, if I had love for you, I'm going to always have love for you. Unless you did something to harm my life or harm my kids or something like that. It's nothing you can do that will make me not have love for you. I may not act the same with you, depending on what's going on, because of my morals and principles that I have, that I live by, that I was raised on. But I'm still going to have love for you regardless. Like, I would never wish nothing negative on a person, or I'll never stop something or block something. Never, ever. I've never done that to nobody, and I never will. And I think that's kind of why life happens the way it happens for me. And because also I just play the hands I'm dealt. So if it's a negative or a dark side of my life, it's just going to be what it is. But I say all that to say, when something affects your relationship negatively, it doesn't mean that it's a problem. It doesn't mean that when I see somebody, I have to slap them or it's going to be aggression. No, I could not be cool with you, see you, and still show you that same love of when I was cool with you. It's just our interactions won't be the same. I'll say this, right? I hate to name drop, but like, this is person. I'm going to use this example because it's mild and it's light. It's not a man. It's not, it's just light. But it's a girl named Jenny. Shout out to Jenny, by the way. It's the homie. That's my friend. And I remember one time, like I had a kind of like an issue with one or two people, right? And one person, and then it came to be a second person because they decided to enter the situation for that reason. I was raised like, if I have a real issue with somebody, whether it's like something that I just can't, like, it's a real issue, then I kind of have an issue with those attached to them because I don't know what like how you going or how you going about it, like what type of time you on, right? So, and Jenny had a problem with one of those people as well. And then one day I seen all three of them just talking, and when I seen them talking, it threw me off. I'm like, whoa, I thought y'all, you know what I'm saying? So initially, like I said, people, you might call it acting funny, whatever. I just call it moving accordingly, and I started to not interact with her at that anymore. But I always spoke, I always said hi, and she asked me anything. I talked to her. She just could feel a difference. We ended up. It took like maybe 7 days. We ended up talking about it, and I got more clarity on it, so that was cool. But what I'm saying is, during that time, I didn't belittle her. I didn't like think nothing crazy about it. It's just I had to move accordingly, so I'm gonna do that. But once I got love for you, that's it. I'm not gonna shit on you. I'm not gonna wish you ill. I'm not gonna want you to crash or like nothing like that. Like I don't feel no type of way. And I think that sometimes people feel like I'm never gonna see a person if you're 32 and then you 40. I'm not gonna look at you like you 32. I'm gonna elevate with you. That's cool. I see you elevating. That's cool. But I think sometimes people feel like, that the things that they do when it affects you, like you should just move on from it too. Like I'm okay with anybody growth or growing or, changing or elevation, whatever. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. But just because that happened doesn't mean that I can't feel a certain way about something that happened when you weren't as high. Like I could still, like you might have been here and you shitted on me or you did something I feel like to betray me or you just wasn't right. And then you might move up, you know what I'm saying? And that's cool. But just know my feelings are still there. I look at you right here and that's cool. I love for people to grow. I want you to grow. I don't want you to stop growing ever. But just know that this person, I still have some kind of feelings about because of something that happened. So that's all I want to be saying. Like I'm never saying that I have to look at somebody as a thief because they stole something from me when we was 12. Nah, you might not be a thief no more, but I just know deep in the back of my mind, like you did steal from me one time. You know what I'm saying? Like might not put that tag on you, but I still not gonna leave my $1,000 laying there next to you. It's just common sense, Like even people that commit crimes, like they do rehabilitate, they do change, they do grow, they do change, and they feel remorse for the things they did. That don't stop the fact that they did what they did though. It's still somebody somewhere that's looking at them like, And the good thing about me, I don't look at people that way. Like I feel like if you ever help me in life, you ever help me grow, you ever a part of something, like it's a lot of people that not a lot, but it's people that I may not speak to as much. But when I started this whole podcast, right, they were very prominent pieces as to why I moved a certain way or to just confirm that I was on to something great. And I would never, ever, ever belittle that. I would never not be appreciative for that. I would never not give anybody their kudos for that or their just due recognition, none of that stuff for that. I don't care what the situation is, but I'm also not going to hold you in just high regard because of it as well. Like, people grow just like person A have grown, person B have grown as well. Like we all gonna grow. Somebody may grow and somebody may not elevate. Somebody may just go down. You know what I'm saying? Like it happens. It's life. It happens that way. You play the hand you dealt and you keep it moving. But for me, like I don't care what situation I have with anybody. I don't care. Like if you was a prominent figure in this podcasting thing, like I'm always gonna look at you as such. I could look at you as more than one thing. You know what I'm saying? I could look at you as 1, 2, and 3. I use numbers and not names because I don't want to ever make it specific because this is a theme I'm seeing now. Like people that, pardon me, that I'm cool with still, I just may not speak to on a regular basis. I think sometimes they feel away or they feel like we not this or we not that, but that's never the case. Like I'm cool with everybody. Like if you ever laid a hand in what I'm doing, or I feel like if you even played a part in the person I am today, I'm cool with you. Like that's it. I might not be like this with you like we used to be, but like the love I have for the person is always gonna be like that. It's just the interaction may be spacey. I may not ever interact with you, but that don't mean that I'm not gonna talk bad about you. I'm not gonna. That don't mean that I am gonna talk bad about you. That don't mean that I won't big you up. You know what I'm saying? I've never been that type of person where I'm just going shit on a person. Now I would criticize somebody that I done criticized already. Like I'm not gonna say name, but it's somebody that I know is very talented, but just super lazy. I might say it to multiple people, but I've already told that person, like, yo, you lazy, bro. Like you got it, but you lazy. That's to me, that's solid because I'm saying it around him, but I already told this person. So if somebody was to go back and say, yeah, well, he said you lazy, so I don't know how you liking your content. I don't know how you sharing this. He gonna say, oh, he told me. Okay, that's how I'll call people all the time. Like, hey, yo, you gotta do better. Like, what you doing? Are you inconsistent? You did. Like, I'm okay with that, but I'm not gonna say nothing about you to somebody else I didn't say to you. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, my morals, principles, and stuff that I got, like, it's kind of embedded in me. It's been embedded in me. And when you've seen real life things and you have real life situations where people not even hear no more because of certain things of interaction with your morals and principles and your moral compass and things like that, I mean, it's embedded in you at that point. Nothing you can do. Like, I wish I could change. I wish that certain things didn't affect me a certain way. I wish that it was certain actions that can be had and I'd be okay with it. But it's not. And some people are different. There's some people wired differently. Some people, you can do X, Y, Z to them, and they can forgive you and move on, and they can be cool with it. And you could do the same thing to that person, and it can't. It could be the end of everything. Like, it could be the most hurtful thing in the world or the most unforgiving thing in the world. But you gotta be okay with that. Everybody's wired differently. Everybody, you know. And these are just my thoughts. Like, I'm just thinking out loud. But like, in a nutshell, for real, like, I do want to thank everybody that's older than me that had a hand in what I'm doing, just in my life and me, and my decisions. Because I feel like sometimes I feel like I elevated since I was 24, of course. But I feel like my elevation has been partly me, and then it's a bunch of hands that's above me just like pulling me up, if that makes sense. Like, and I'm saying a bunch of, I'm saying like anybody that's older than me or more mature than me or whatever that played a hand in some kind of maturity level increasing, or just me elevating in life as a man, with just principles and just moves I make, decision making. I feel like y'all have all helped me, raise or elevate. And I never could take that back from somebody or take that from somebody, no matter what they do or what was said. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell everybody, you know what I'm saying? If I ever had love for you, I'm always gonna have love for you. Nothing's gonna change. We may not speak, we may not interact the same. I may be short with you. I may not even say anything to you, but just know that, the love that was there is always gonna be there. It's just interaction level may change. That's all. But if I see you out, I'm not gonna dodge you. I'm gonna speak to you. You know what I'm saying? And that's that. But once again, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Reggie. Shout out to Came From Nothing Clothing. Make sure you go cop that. I like this jacket. I like it. I don't know, man. Look. Shit kind of smooth. I ain't gonna lie. But I might need this one in red, too. I look good in red. People say I look good in red. Let me say that. I don't know. It's just people be talking sometimes. They might not. You know how that go. Morning Masters Podcast, man. We out.